Well, we are here with Daniel, the Demigod, Madrid. He's fighting at LFA 72. That's July 26th at the Comerica Theater here in our own backyard. Well, actually, more like your backyard, but it's our home state of Arizona. So I'll be Phoenix, Arizona, the Comerica Theater. Daniel, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing fantastic, right, Jonathan?
Always fantastic.
All right, cool, man. So you're in the co-main event. So you're fighting Chris Harris. He's also fought for the LFA quite a few times. I think you guys are both 3 apiece. Are there any nerves going into this co-headlining matchup?
No, not really, man. I'm excited for the opportunity as always. LFA always puts on good shows when they come to the Valley, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. And just thankful and grateful that I have a stage to showcase my talent.
Hell yeah, LFA really does put on some of the best shows. They got top tier talent, especially when they come to Arizona. They know Arizona is just full of hungry ass fighters looking to, make a name for themselves. And goddamn, if we don't have some good fighters in this state.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I mean, the list really does go on and on of all the top talent from Arizona. But we're talking to Daniel Madrid here, so we're going to get back to you. You're coming off a submission of 11-time UFC veteran Seth Baczynski. Sorry, excuse me. And you finished him, okay? If you win this fight, or should I say when you win this fight against Harris, what do you think is next for you, man?
I've often pondered that, and I hate playing those what's next for me kind of games. So I just take it one fight at a time, man. I'm hoping that with a win over Chris Harris, it puts me into that spotlight for the next stage. But you know what? I'm focused on Harris right now. That's my main goal, and it's just what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, that's pretty respectful. Now, what does Harris bring to the table that you think could give you some trouble? I mean, you're 15-6 overall, so I'm pretty sure there's not much that you haven't seen. But what do you think that he brings to the table that could pose a problem in this fight?
He's a really aggressive fighter, and he likes to push the pace and constantly be in your face. So it's nothing new that I haven't seen before in any of my past fights. I play more of a counter-striker game, so I usually depend on the other fighter to come forward at me, so that way I can start picking apart their game and start visualizing and seeing what they're bringing to the table. So he's just a strong-willed athlete, and I think that's going to be the most dangerous thing that I have to deal with at the time.
Okay, yeah, I mean, he's not a new fighter in the game, so yeah, you're definitely gonna have your hands full. But we're still very excited to get the opportunity to talk with you. And that brings me to my next question. Where the hell did you get the nickname Demigod?
It was I was sitting with my wife a couple years back, and we were talking about my nickname at the time, which was Blackout. And I was telling her that I never really cared for it. It was a nickname given to me back when I was a young 20-year-old man, and my drinking days were really heavy at the time. And I would start drinking, and I'd black out, and it just kind of traveled over to my fighting, because I was just all my victories come from a lot of submissions. And I was telling her about it, and she was like, "Well, let's start looking for a new one." And then she just came across Demigod, and I was like, "Let's run with it." And ever since then, I've just kind of taken over the persona of it. So,
well, kudos to the wife.
Been that.
Kudos to the wife. That's cool as hell.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, Jonathan, what else you got for Madrid?
I noticed that sorry, it's been a long day for me. I noticed that you said that you're a counter fighter. With the majority of your wins coming by submission, is that the game plan that you bring to your fights?
I wish I could sit here and tell you that that's the case, but unfortunately it's not. I've always gone into fights with never having a game plan. You know, I let my coaches drill it into my head what I need to do and what they feel is best for that fight. But it's like Mike Tyson said. You know, like everybody has a game plan going into a fight until they get hit. And everything just goes out the window. So that's how I've always based my fighting. You know, like I play it just 1 second every time. Just go from there.
Nice. Well, I like seeing all those submissions that you've done. Which brings me to my next question. I see you have a victory by way of omoplata. Could you walk us through like how that submission plays out in a fight?
Yeah, no problem, man. So in that specific fight, that was against Daviante Jones, and you know, I took that fight on a week's notice. I'm actually pretty good friends with the guy, and you know, he comes out. He's a big, heavy puncher, and I knew he was going to make a big stride coming forward. I didn't expect the takedown attempt from him, but as soon as he did, I just reversed it, took him down, and then in the process of trying to transition him out, he was scrambling to come up, and I was able to do a quick sit out onto my hip. And I was originally trying to go for the triangle, but he's just a really strong guy, and he was able to pull his head out. But I was able to trap my leg around the arm and secure his hips and just finish up the Oma.
Wow, that's fucking amazing. I think I've only seen maybe one or two of those, like with my own eyes. Like I always just see the results. I never actually get to see something like that. So, dude, that's fucking amazing.
Oh, it's super rare, man. It's just like you said. Like even we were all laughing about it after the fight, but the announcer, you know, he's reading the card given to him by the judges, and even the judges didn't know what it was called. They actually considered it to be a leg armbar.
Oh wow!
Like, yeah, like, and it's been an ongoing joke since that fight. Like,
oh well. I got one more question for you. What do you like to do in your spare time while you're not, you know, training to knock someone's block off?
Man, anytime I get with my family, I got 2 stepsons and a beautiful daughter that I get to just hang out with. And any little minutes that I get with my wife, she's constantly busy. She grinds at her job, and it allows me to be a part-time worker and a full-time fighter. So anytime I get with them, man, it's constantly I'm with them.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like hearing people be able to, especially fighters, you know, be able to balance that time between fighting and family time. That's always a must.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely needed, that's for sure.
Well, thank you for your time. That's all I got for you. Do you have anything else, senor?
Oh yeah, let's do 2 things here. Let's give our guest here, Daniel, the Demigod Madrid, an opportunity to thank any sponsors, training partners, family, whoever he wants to thank. Let's give him his time to, you know, get that out on the air, and then we'll go a bonus round once he's done.
Awesome.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah,
the floor is yours.
You got it. Thank you. I'd like to give a big shout out to my gym, Legion MMA, for always having my back. All of my coaches, Mario Lopez, Sandro Para, Tommy Martin, Travis Azevedo, and Jay Pages. I mean, without them, like, I'm nothing. I mean, I'm just another guy that's trying to make a living. And with that, it's just I've become the fighter that I'm meant to be because of that. Other than that, some other sponsors, J&S Trucking, they've definitely a big support, and I mean, I can't thank them enough. And all my family, man, without them, I wouldn't even be able to do this without them. So
Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Is that all you got? God, I sound like an asshole. Anyway, so, well, you know, the fighters usually, they tend to forget, so I try to, you know, give them a little extra nudge because there's just so many people that you got to thank, you know, going into a fight that it's easy to forget some of them. So I just try to give that little extra push. But I want to thank you for your time, and thanks to LFA for putting this whole thing together. They're actually going to be giving us a bunch of you guys from this card. We already talked to Anthony Burchak, who's headlining against an opponent that I think is to be determined because I think they pulled the guy for the UFC card coming up here. But,
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's, you know, if what I read is correct. I don't trust my eyes much these days. So, but yeah, so we're going to be talking with a bunch of you LFA guys, and then we're also going to get out there for the weigh-ins. So I encourage all of you to come to the weigh-ins, come support these fighters. Really, like, all the support, like, it fucking counts, it matters, you know, they'll carry that support into the cage and it'll translate into a good performance. Plus, you get to see us knuckleheads there. We'll be there, we'll be trying to catch up with these guys that we're interviewing so we can, you know, do something face-to-face so that you can actually see all of our pretty faces. So, again, Daniel, I want to thank you for your time, and I really look forward to meeting you in person and watching you fight later this month, July 26th, at the Comerica Theater, co-headlining against Chris Harris.
Awesome, man. It was a pleasure talking to you guys, and definitely thanks for having me on your show.
All right, man. Well, until next time, we'll talk to you later. That's Daniel Madrid, everybody.